Damn, bro. This is the 20th time, my nigga. Ah, shit.
Why are you gay?
God damn. And you guys, what I thought was gonna be a quick 2 days job turned out to be a whole week job. But we're almost done. Let me show y'all what we're left with. Rubber. There was this rubber on the floor, which is what we pulled out from there. This is it. It's damaged, so we're never gonna use it. This is trash now. You're gonna see what we put on the body. I'm thinking of soundproof. So yeah, I'm thinking of soundproofing the whole car instead of this rubbers. I don't know what was the purpose of this rubbers basically. If y'all know, comment down below what was the purpose of this. But I'm thinking of soundproofing the whole car. So yeah. There's something about restoring an old car that you only really understand once you start taking it apart. From the outside, this Golf might just look like an old car that needs some love. But the outside can lie. Paint can hide dents, body filler can hide repairs, and the seal can hide corrosion. And sometimes the worst problems on the car are the ones you can't see. That's exactly what I'm trying to find out with this car. Because before I can build the Golf I have in my head, I need to know what I actually have in front of me. And today, we are going underneath. Literally, the goal is simple. Strip everything, remove all the old materials covering the floor, get down to the original metal, and find out exactly how much damage time has done to this car. Because if there's anything I have learned about restoring old cars, you don't get to choose what you find, you just uncover it. And today, we are about to uncover a lot. When you first look at an old project car, it's very easy to start imagining the finished product. You see the paint color, the wheels, the stands, the interior, the engine, the finished engine bay, the polished details. You start thinking about how crazy this car could look when it's finally finished. But there is a problem. None of that matters yet, because before this Golf becomes a show car, it has to become a solid car again. And that's the boring part of the restoration that nobody really talks about. The glamorous part is the reveal. The boring part is spending hours sitting on the floor, scraping away material that has probably been sitting there for decades. But this is actually one of the most important stages of the entire build, because I can't properly repair something I haven't properly seen. And right now, I don't know exactly what's underneath all of this. So there's only one way to find out, and that's to remove it. If you have never stripped an old car before, you might look at this material on the floor and think, what am I even looking at? Depending on the area of the car, all vehicles can have different layers of protective material. You can find sound deadening material, seam sealers, underbody coatings, oil repairs, body filler, paint, and sometimes multiple layers of different materials that have been added over the years. And that's one of the interesting things about working on an old car. You're not necessarily working on what Volkswagen originally built. You are working on everything that happened to the car afterwards. Every owner, every repair, every modification, every accident, every shortcut, and every attempt to stop a problem. And sometimes you can actually see the history of the car just by stripping it down. And that's what I'm looking for here. I'm not just scraping material off the floor. I'm trying to understand this car. Rust is one of those things that can make an old car look much worse than it actually is, or much better than it actually is. Because not all rust means the same thing. Sometimes you're looking at a surface rust, and that means the steel is still proper. It just needs to be properly cleaned and treated. But then you can get deeper corrosion. That's thin metal and eventually holes. And that's where the restoration changes completely, because now you're not just cleaning metal, you are repairing metal. And that's why I'm taking my time stripping this floor. I need to know which category I'm dealing with. Is this just ugly, or is it actually damaged? Because those are two different problems. The biggest challenge with an old car isn't always the work itself. Sometimes it's not knowing what you're going to find. With a newer car, you usually have a much better idea of its condition. But with something that's been on the road for decades, there can be layers and layers of history. One repair over another, one coating over another, one owner fixing something, then another owner fixing it differently. And eventually you end up with a car that has become a timeline. You can literally see the decisions that different people made. Some were probably done properly, some probably weren't. And now I am the person who has to deal with all of it. It's feeling like a cold dog going in, the sun still behind. There's also something I've been thinking about throughout this build. Building a car and restoring a car aren't necessarily the same thing. If you are building something from scratch, you control almost everything. But when you're restoring something like this Golf, you are working with what already exists. You have to respect the original structure. You have to understand what can be saved. You have to know what needs to be replaced, and sometimes you have to make difficult decisions. Do I repair this? Do I replace this? Can this metal be saved? Is it strong enough? Was it repaired properly before? Those are the questions that make restoration interesting, because every decision affects the final car. You had nothing to say. And slowly we are getting there. More and more of the old material is disappearing. More of the floor is becoming visible. And this is the part I've been waiting for. Bare metal. Because once the floor is properly exposed, I can finally stop guessing. I can inspect it properly. I can mark the areas that need attention. I can start planning the next stage. And that feels like a huge step. Even though technically all I've been doing is scraping. That's the weird thing about restoration. Sometimes you can spend hours working on something and the car doesn't look any better. Actually, sometimes it looks worse. But underneath that mess, you are making progress. You are removing uncertainty, and that is progress. Once everything is exposed, the scraping stops being the main job. That's when the real investigation begins. Every rusty area needs to be inspected. The metal needs to be cleaned properly. The thickness needs to be considered. The damaged sections needs to be identified, and then I'll know what needs to happen next. Some areas may only need cleaning and corrosion treatment. Some may need more serious repairs. And if I find metal that's too far gone, then there's only one real solution. Cut it out and replace it with good metal. Because the goal isn't to make the rust disappear visually. The goal is to remove the problem. There's another reason this stage means so much to me. I'm doing this build myself, and that means I have to learn every part of the process. Bodywork, metal work, preparation, paint, mechanical work, interior work, and everything. And that comes with mistakes. There's going to be stuff that I get wrong. There's going to be stuff I have to redo. There's going to be moments where I look at something and think, I should have done that differently. But that's part of the journey. Because if I wanted everything to be perfect from the beginning, I wouldn't really be documenting a build. I'd just be showing you the finished car. I want you guys to see the process, the mistakes, the discoveries, the setbacks, and eventually the transformation.
It's because I haven't actually like stripped engine down myself, so this is gonna be crazy, but we're gonna figure it out, bro. We're gonna figure it out. So
yeah, I'm known to make it rowdy. Then I'm for the fit.
Fuck. God damn, bro. This is the 20th time, my nigga. Shit. God damn.
Right now, this Golf is nowhere near finished. And honestly, that's exactly how I want it, because we are still in the stage where the car is revealing itself. Every time I remove another layer, I learn something new. Every time I find rust, I know there's another problem that needs solving. And every time I expose clean metal, I know there's still something worth saving. That's what keeps me going, because underneath all the dirt, all the old coatings, all the rust, and all the years, there's still a Golf Mark II, and I am going to bring it back.
Everywhere I go, my scene.
And now we are getting closer to the moment where I can finally make some decisions. The flaw is becoming more visible, the old material is coming away, and the rust is starting to show us exactly what we are dealing with. Some of it may be manageable, some of it may require serious work, but at least now I know. And knowing is everything in a restoration, because you can't make a plan based on what you hope is underneath. You have to make a plan based on what's actually here, and this Golf is finally starting to tell us the truth.
Country boy stepping, yeah. Country boy stepping, yeah. I'm country boy stepping, yeah. They can't get like me.
And honestly, this is where the restoration really starts getting serious, because now that we've exposed what's underneath, there's nowhere left for the problems to hide. The rust is here, the old repairs are here, the damaged areas are here, and now I have to deal with them. There's still a massive amount of work ahead. The metal work, the body preparation, the rust repairs, the paint, the mechanical side, the interior, engine, the details and everything. But every restoration has to start somewhere. And for this Golf, it starts right here, on the floor. Removing decades of old material and finally seeing what we are working with. This car has been sitting like this for years. It has already survived decades of roads, weather, owners, repairs, and neglect. And now it's my turn to give it another life. This isn't going to be a quick makeover. I'm not trying to make an old Golf look new for a few months. I'm trying to rebuild it properly. And if that means stripping it all the way down, then that's what we are going to do. Because before we can build the Golf I imagined, we have to uncover the Golf that was already here. And today, we finally started exactly that. The rust has been exposed, the flaw is finally revealing itself, and now the real restoration begins.
okay guys, so this is how far we are, bro. We just left with basically this side here and then this part here, and then we're gonna basically send everything down and continue with the welding and send the whole interior and get it ready for spray painting. So yeah man, I think this is it for today's video. So on the next episode we're gonna be continuing preparing the interior, because as y'all can see, bro, like yeah, there's a lot that has to be done still. It's tough. So yeah man, we can call it a day for now, and then I will see you guys on the next episode. And thank you guys for tuning, thank you guys for supporting the build, and yeah man, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you guys on the next episode. Stay safe.
What I mean, I got faith in my dream. Oh, it's been a long, hard road, gotta go home. Yeah, 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 yeah. yeah. Flexing cause they know I got the sauce. Got the presence on me.